Thank you for being there. And just before we bring in our guests to look at ways of protecting the nation's power infrastructure from vandals, let's find out what's happening across the country from our situation reports. Nigeria's power infrastructure, is under threat from acts of vandals, disrupting electricity supply and impacting negatively on the economy. Joshua Ojitu takes a look at the spate of vandalism of power infrastructure in the country and measures to safeguard them.
From north to south, vandalism of transmission lines and towers continue to impact negatively on the national grid, with huge losses on the economy. The recent 10 days blackout in 17 northern states caused by vandalism of Shiroro Kaduna and Ugwaji Apil transmission lines, as well as destruction of towers along Port Harcourt-Yenogwa line, crippled socio-economic activities in parts of the country. These raise concerns on the safety of power infrastructure and investment in the sector, as calls for the deployment of technology and security to safeguard power assets in flashpoints get louder.
Transmission is seriously handicapped because they cannot stand by every tower all over the country to say we are monitoring them. But they can also go ahead to work with community people.
Regular vegetation control of transmission lines for clearer visibility and decentralization of the national grid are measures industry players say the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, can adopt to mitigate impact of vandalism on the national grid.
We used to have what you call power lines communication. Power line communications runs through all the high tension lines that you see in this country, from tower to tower. What is happening to power lines communication? That was the most effective means of communication. And then those were fault locators.
Also, a national rebirth campaign to reorient Nigerians to take ownership of public infrastructure should be launched by relevant agencies to complement community engagement by the TCN. Regulation to sanitize scrap metal market, as well as stiffer punishment for vandals, stakeholders believe can end vandalism of power infrastructure. Joshua Ojitu, NTA News.